Back-to-back haul videos? Let's talk about it. Alright, if you want to see more of that boom book, check out my last video I did, my last haul video. But we're going to talk about some other stuff I just picked up recently. I ended up buying, I think all these books were $2 a piece, so I got a little stack here of, I think, 24, 25 books, something like that. So, we'll jump right into it. Straight off the bat, we get Jason X number 1. Okay. I can't remember if this is one shot or not. But this is that wraparound cover that is signed there at the bottom. I love this beautiful wraparound cover. And, you know, it's just, I'm a sucker for stuff like that. World of Wood, number 3, this great Wally Wood series. Wally Wood's one of my favorite artists of the Golden Age, and really of all time. He's not, probably not top 10, but he's probably top 20 for me. Wally Wood's really up there. You know, I know top 20 doesn't sound high, but that's pretty high considering how many guys have worked in the industry over the years. And there's a lot of great artists, you know. So, I love this series. I always try to pick it up, especially when I find it for cheap. And there's only 4 issues. So, but I always pick up the Wood stuff when I find it out there. Check out, I think I did a post recently about Toy Dome. And there was a book there of like a lot of Wally Wood work. It was like $50 for the book, which is a little bit more than I was looking to spend personally. But it's probably worth it. The thing's awesome. And then we got Creatures Unleashed number 17. I love that cover. Who is this? A Bushima cover? I don't even know. It's awesome though. That is a great cover. It's caught my eye kind of thing. And we have, I'm gonna pop this guy at the back of the board. It's a little dingy. Adventure Comics number 373. First appearance of the Tornado Twins. A little spec book for the Legion of Superheroes. There's a lot of talk that James Gunn's gonna use the Legion or this, and whatever. I just think they're cool. It's cool, you know, double first appearance. And there's a lot of cool Legion first appearances that nobody really talks about. And then one thing that a lot of guys talk about is, you know, semi-recent animated cartoons, kind of like, you know, back in the day, the Johnny Quest or whatever, Voltron and G-Force and, you know, Star Blazers. A lot of that stuff can get hot these days for the comic adaptations. Well, sometimes you can look a little bit forward. You know, Steven Universe used to be big a couple years back. Amazing World Gumball was big. Adventure Time and Regular Show. And I believe, don't quote me, I believe this is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I know this is a exclusive, but I think this is the SDCC one. But I might say it on the back here. Let's see. Yep, San Diego Comic-Con International. Boom. So, for $2, I'll take that all day. And it's one of those things where, you know, I guess it's a spec book, I guess, but it's just kind of a neat thing to pick up for fairly cheap. I'll bag this later. But for again, $2, why not? Why not? And then same thing, $2 for these awesome second prints of Hickman's Secret Wars. These are tough. And I love the Virgin Alex Ross back covers they have. They're amazing. So always try and pick these up. I've been looking for them for years, and this is the first time I found them in cheap bins. So I got a chance to pick them up here. But man, what a beautiful, beautiful couple of books there. And I don't know, I love the Alex Ross covers in that run, and just seeing the Virgin versions of them is perfect. It's what I needed. And then we also picked up some Go Nagi's Devilman. And it's funny. Again, if you check out my video for Toy Dome, I picked up Go Nagi's Shogun Warrior. God, what? It's not Raydeen. It was Mazinger. It's Mazinger book. So I talked about this. This is an awesome book, and I absolutely love his artwork. So when I saw Devilman, I was semi-familiar with his work prior, but when I saw Devilman, I was like, I have to scoop this up. This is awesome. So I got number 1 and number 3. I just need number 2 to complete out the run, but these are tough. You don't see those every day. They are tough. And then I really picked up a cool book. You know, this is Vampire number 1 from Dynamite. There's a million covers that Dynamite has done for Vampirella. But I thought this was really cool because it's Art Adams cover and the Mike Mignola cover. This is a, you know, I don't know who inked. I assume this is Mignola inking an Adams work. Or is there some, or is it homage? I'm not even sure. But it's all, I saw both of them. I was like, I got to get this. That's awesome. You know, so it caught my eye. It's awesome. And I like Vampirella. I've got a bunch of Vampirella covers. I don't like spend too much on them. The only like expensive one I have that's not like a classic issue is the Alex Ross 1/100 from the first Dynamite run, where she's like naked and like bathing in blood and all that. So mine's not a candidate. I've been debating sending it for years, but I'm not gonna sell it. It's awesome. It looks great there, and I don't want CGC to mess it up. So I'm rather just let it sit there. It's awesome, and I love that book. So Vampirella's always fun to pick up, especially for cheap. We got Aquaman number 25. I'm working on the Aquaman run. I have a dent in the run so far, but it's a tough run because you don't always see them for cheap. There's a couple keys. The number 1's tough. The first Mara's tough. I have Black Mana. I think I need Ocean Master, but I might have him now, and I'm pretty sure I need Ocean Master. And then past that, there's only a couple like minor keys, like the Dead Man issues and stuff like that, but I have a couple of those. So Aquaman run is relatively easier to collect. It's a lot easier than Batman or Detective or Action or Superman or Green Lantern even. And I love the Aquaman series. It's got a lot of great artwork, some fun writing. There's some great covers in it too. I think there's, the Neil Adams backup story with Dead Man's awesome. And there's some great Nick Cardy covers and great Nick Cardy work throughout the run. That's always cool to check out. And I love that one issue. I forget issue number it is. It used to be on my wall. I think it is somewhere. But Atlantis is sinking, and it's all like California is sinking, and it's like Aquaman trying to save. It's awesome. It's a great cover. But I love this run. I think it's super slept on. We got the Phantom Stranger 22, another super slept on run I would love to complete one day with this great Jim Aparo cover. There's a couple tough ones in the series. I mean, number 1, of course, is pretty tough. Number 14's a tough one. 15's got that awesome cover. It's like 21 or something like that, where there's like the chick, the ghost chick. The Neil Adams cover's awesome. There's a lot of great, Phantom Stranger issues. So this is a great run to put together. If you keep an eye out, maybe you'll find them for cheap. Sometimes they can be a little tricky. Some of the later issues you can find like dollar bins, even like the 40 and 41. I see it from time to time in dollar bins, stuff like that. Some of the late 30s, but usually they're all 10s and up. 9 times out of 10 for the Phantom Strangers. And then the first and only issue of Neutro. It's just cool Dell book. Kind of caught my eye. I love, the kaijus and the giant monsters and the Japanese, Ultraman and Godzilla and stuff like that. So I figured, why not? For $2, why not? Dark Man vs. Army of Darkness number 3. Now, normally, this is probably an easy pickup for me anyway, but I was looking at it, and that says it is a George Perez and, is it Tom Smith? I'm not old familiar with Tom Smith, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I am, and I don't realize it, but the name doesn't ring a bell, but it's a George Perez cover. That's awesome. So George Perez, Darkman, Army of Darkness cover, and it's a clash of two great Sam Raimi products. I'm a big Sam Raimi fan. He might be my favorite director of all time. He's up there with like John Carpenter and other guys like that. So, and I love his sense of direction. I love his camera work. His camera work's unlike anybody else's, and it's so distinct. So you can even see his influence in other movies. You're like, oh, that's a Raimi shot kind of thing. So, of course, I'm always, comics, easy crossover for me. Army of Darkness is always awesome. And then I picked up 2 issues of Tomb of Dracula, number 23. It's awesome, like, House of Dracula's kind of cover. This is what it reminds me of. I love that. That's awesome. And number 28, like, semi-early Blade cover at least. Semi-early appearance, I guess. But that Tomb of Dracula, that's a run that everyone's working on. Everyone wants to complete. So, why not throw my name in the hat? And then the last 3 books I picked up here, and that's a shame because I had the chance to also buy, I want to say 8 and 9, I think. And then there's only 11 issues in the run, and I have like 1 and 5 and 3. So I picked up Flash Gordon number 2 from King Comics, which, awesome book. Number 4 from King Comics. And number 6. So I now have 1 through 6 at least. And I could have got, I think, 7 and 8. And then I just would have needed 9, 10, and 11, I think is how it broke down. Yeah, I could have had 7 and 8. They were there. They weren't, for $2, but they were there. And so I could have picked, and these are beautiful copies. I mean, these are really clean copies for their age and what they are. These awesome Flash Gordon issues. I love those covers too. Like, these are the best covers for Flash Gordon. So I always love picking up like the Flash Gordon stuff, Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers, all that like 60s, 70s, 80s. I know Buck from the 70s show originally. I know Gordon from the movie originally, and yeah, I think he had the show as well. But he's had, you know, plenty of other stuff. He's had that he was in the animated series and all kinds of stuff that they've done for Flash Gordon over the years, going back to like the 30s, I think Gordon's from. Buck Rogers goes back to the 60s, I think, too. Maybe prior. Definitely prior, because there's all Frazetta stuff for Buck Rogers. So, like, he's tough to collect, the early stuff. But this is, you know, pretty cool stuff for Flash Gordon. So, something you don't see every day. So, that's the end of the comic haul. You know, and then I also picked up at Panther Comics this amazing Ultraman figure. I actually haven't opened up yet. So, alright, so let's see if I'll cut this guy open. I haven't opened him up yet. But I have a couple other figures in this line. But this is the Heroes Brave version of Ultraman. So, and of course, there's, you know, Ultraman, there's a million versions of them. I'll always pick these guys up when I see them, especially for as cheap as they are, price-wise, not like quality-wise. So they're pretty cool statues to pick up for the collection. Not that I have space to just pick up more statues, but I'm not a big statue guy. But this is an awesome line. And they look good. They look good on the shelf. I have a couple of them already. So, yeah, they basically, it comes in like 2 parts. And he literally snaps right on. And then this stand pops onto his foot. Probably this foot. Those stands are usually a little bit different. And, like, that's awesome. That'll look great on the shelf. Especially around a couple other figures. So that was a cool pickup. So, for, what was he, like, $12 or $10 or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. He's awesome. I picked him up. He's in the PC now. So if you enjoyed, follow me here on Facebook and Instagram for more daily content. I drop stuff up here every single day. Just about I got to catch up on some editing for the shorts. But you try to aim for 2 to 3 shorts a day. So I'm putting up stuff all the time. Usually like Comics news, where I talk about new news and announcements and rumors and stuff like that. Or I'll flip through some books or whatever I have it. I also post on Facebook and Instagram throughout the week. I got a series on Instagram that I talk about, like, hunting for the books, the people I ran into, stories I have, stuff I didn't buy, stuff like that. And I also talk about all kinds of different stuff I do, like the theme days and stuff like that. I'm always posting on there. So, and like Facebook, I post all the time on there. The Facebook group Fandoms Unleashed, where you get a behind-the-scenes look at Comics. You can have your own discussions about comics and movies and toys or whatever. Stuff in the nerd realm. So you go and all that's linked down in the description. I post on YouTube about usually 1 to 2 times a week, full-length videos, always on Wednesdays, and I try to drop on Sundays as well when I can. So in October, I drop every single day. So if you aren't already, follow me on all 3 platforms. And until next time, peace. Link down in the description.